Danny Wiley,
Present.
Charlie Ramirez, Jonathan Laraga,
Present.
Romeo Robles,
Present.
Rafael Munguia, Luis Madrigal,
Present.
Porfirio Rodriguez,
Present.
Andy Castro.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Okay, thank you. Need a motion to excuse the absence?
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman, to go excuse the absentees.
Second?
Second.
2 seconds. Ms. Castro, Mr. Castro. Okay, all those in favor, say aye.
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 All those opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries. Okay, approval of the minutes, review the minutes for approval.
Mr. Chairman, I do just have one minor edit. I'm being shown Luis Madrigal as both absent and present. I was present at the meeting. Barring that, I move the minutes.
Second?
I'll second, Mr. Chairman.
Second. Jonathan, second. Okay, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, motion carries.
Correction noted. We'll go ahead and change it on the next meeting.
Okay, thank you. Next item is public hearing.
Good evening, gentlemen. Della Robles with this Planner 1 for the City of Pharr. Tonight, there are 5 items for recommendation. The first item is a tabled item. That item will remain tabled. The second item, the applicant is requesting to table the item.
Okay. Okay, need a motion to untable the first item?
The first item will remain tabled.
Oh, remain tabled.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
sorry. I
That's
thought you
okay.
said be untabled. Remain.
Well, Mr. Chairman, then I move to table CUP 190317.
Second.
317. Second, Mr. Robles. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries. Item.
Item number 3. Piperin Holdings, Inc., doing business as Bravo Carne Asada, has filed with the Planning and Zoning Commission a request for a conditional use permit to allow the sale of alcoholic beverages for on-premise consumption in a general business district C. The property is legally described as being a 0.09 acre, more or less, out of Lot 209, Valle de la Primavera subdivision, Pharr, Hidalgo County, Texas. The property's physical address is 6701 South Jackson Road. The property is currently zoned General Business District C. The surrounding area is zoned General Business District C to the north and south, Single Family Residential District R1 to the east, and the city limits lie to the west. This area is generally designated for commercial use in the land use plan. The police chief, the fire department, code compliance, Health Division, and Planning Division all recommend approval. 37 surrounding property owners were notified of the request by letter, and a legal notice was published in the Advance News Journal. Staff received no response to the letters or to the legal notice. Development Services is recommending approval of the conditional use permit to allow the sale of alcoholic beverages for on-premise consumption in a general business district C, subject to the applicant and site being in compliance with all city ordinances and city department requirements. This item will go before the City Commission meeting of April the 15th, 2019 at 4 p.m. And gentlemen, we do have the applicant in the audience.
Okay, would the applicant like to say a few words at this time?
Si quiere hablar? No es necesario.
No? Okay, thank you. This item causes a public hearing. Is there anybody signed up to speak on it?
Not in the affected area, Chairman.
Okay, thank you. We close the public hearing. We open up the item for board discussion.
I have a question, Chairman.
Go ahead.
What's the hour of operation and the dates they're open?
The hours of operation are Monday through Friday from, I need to get the file. May I get the file? Or we can go ahead and ask the
Yes.
applicant. Si gusta pasar.
Hola, mucho gusto, buenas tardes. Nuestro horario de atención es de 11 de la mañana a 10 de la noche de lunes a jueves viernes y sábados de 11 a 11 y los domingos de 11 de la mañana a 8 de la noche.
Decir tu nombre también y
Ok.
su dirección.
Mi nombre es Adrián Zavala Luna, soy un COO de Bravo Carne Asada. Nuestra dirección ahí es 6701 South Jackson Road, en Pharr, Texas. Estamos a la orden.
Gracias. Thank you, Chairman.
Further discussion? None? Okay, we'll close the board discussion. Open the floor for any motions.
A motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries. Thank you.
Item number 4, Myra Elizabeth Pedraza has filed with the Planning and Zoning Commission a request for a life-of-the-use conditional use permit to allow an oversized storage unit larger than 120 square feet in a single-family residential district, R1. The property is legally described as being Lot 48, Los Ranchitos Number 3 Subdivision, Pharr, Hidalgo County, Texas. The property's physical address is 7517 South Plata Lane. The property is currently zoned Single-Family Residential District R1. The surrounding area is zoned Single-Family Residential District R1 to the north, south, east, and west. This area is generally designated for single-family residential use in the land use plan. The Fire Department, Code Compliance, and Planning Division all recommend approval. 62 surrounding property owners were notified of the request by letter, and a legal notice was published in the Advance News Journal. Staff received 4 telephone calls, 3 for information only and 1 in favor of the item. Development Services is recommending approval of the request for a life-of-the-use conditional use permit to allow an oversized storage unit larger than 120 square feet in a single-family residential district R1, subject to the following conditions as set before you. This item will go before the City Commission meeting of April the 15th, 2019 at 4 p.m. And gentlemen, we do have representation in the audience.
Okay, would the applicant like to say anything at this moment?
If you'd like to.
Okay, my name is Mayra Pedraza. I live in 7517 South Plata Lane in Pharr, Texas. The only thing I want to say is that I already called 811 because of the storage is like, they wanted me to move it like 5 feet back. So I called 811 to see if there's because I know there's no wires running through the back of my house. So I just wanted to just verify that, and I called them, and the only thing that's there that it's like not even, the storage is not even on the way, it's the AT&T line, but nothing of that, nothing is on between my lot, I don't know, the rear. I'm sorry, I'm nervous, never been here. So, that's it.
Staff, you want to address that?
There is a 10-foot utility easement that runs in the back of her property. Ms. Pedraza has been advised when she first came in that she would have to respect that easement. And so she will have to move her storage unit the 5 feet, so it equals 10 in the back. She has been advised.
Is she in agreement to moving it?
I don't have any, how can I say it? I want to do what the city asked, but it was my mistake that I didn't ask about the permits. I was not aware of it. I'm learning as I'm going. I asked who, because the thing is, when they did the storage, they built it in my lot. And I was not aware of it, and even when I received the letter, I called whoever did my storage and asked, is there any possible way it can be moved at least 5 feet in case they ask for it? And it's heavy. It's something that I'm still thinking like how to move it because it's so heavy. So I don't know what other options I would have, but I don't know. I'm hoping that, it will be okay where it's at, where it's not in a way of anything, any wires or anything on the back of my,
Okay, you want to address that, staff? What are our options? Table or remove the application?
Chairman, Roland Gomez, Assistant Director, Development Services. The only option that we have is for the applicant to reach out to the utility companies themselves and receive an actual letter from them stating that they are not in objection to them placing the storage unit on their utility easement. And if they can provide that, then we won't have any issues.
That's her option.
Okay, but at this time, do we need to approve this, or we need to table it and wait, see if that's gonna be completed?
The 811 already went and everything is clear from them. 'Cause
But
they
you
put
need to
clear
get-
on the- But I don't have the actual report.
Okay.
But they reported to 811, so I can call them to see, okay, can you send it, email it?
If you can come in and see me
Yes.
on tomorrow,
Mhm.
it would be all of the utilities.
Okay.
We need to get
Chairman,
permission from.
Mr.
I
Chairman.
recommend a table the item
Yes.
so that we can discuss the options with the applicant.
Is
Mr.
the
Chairman.
applicant agreeable to that?
I'm sorry?
About tabling the
Yes, So
item?
we'll table the item. Yeah, we'll go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, I move the table.
Okay, second,
Second.
Mr. Madrigal. All those in favor of tabling this item, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay,
For now.
motion carries. Table is item. Item is tabled.
Yes. I'm here at 8 o'clock. Okay.
Got another one, no?
Good evening, Commissioners. For the record, my name is Heriberto Martinez, your planner 2 for City of Pharr.
Did we-
Tonight, I'll be presenting the last public hearing item,
Oh.
a change of zone. Excuse me. The subject site is located on the north side of 1500 the West Hall Acres Road and legally described as being a 12.997 acre tract of land out of lots 5 and 6, Block 8, A.J. McCall subdivision, Pharr, Hidalgo County, Texas. The property has a private drive fronting West Hall Acres Road, a major collector which runs east and west with a posted speed limit of 30 miles per hour or less as identified in the City of Pharr thoroughfare plan. The property is currently in zone single-family residential district R1. The surrounding properties are zone agriculture open space district AO to the north, a combination of agriculture open space district, residential townhouse, district RTH, and general business district C to the south, a combination of residential townhouse, district RTH, and single-family residential district R1 to the east, and high-density multifamily residential district R4, residential townhouse district RTH, and agricultural open space district AO to the west. The property is generally designated for commercial, public, semi-public, and multifamily residential use in the land use plan. One of the properties to the east was zoned to single-family residential district R1 on February the 19th, 2002. Another was rezoned from single-family residential district R1 to residential townhome district RTH on May the 15th, 2007. And the last property to the east was zoned single-family residential district R1 on November the 1st, 2004. One of the properties to the south was zoned to residential townhome district RTH on January the 8th, 1985. And the other was zoned to general business district C on February the 21st, 1995. The property to the west was zoned to high-density multifamily residential district R4 on December 21st, 1982. There has been no other zoning requests within the general vicinity of the subject property since that time. The medium-density multifamily district is established to provide adequate space and site diversification for medium-density areas that are a mixture of single-family duplex and multifamily dwelling units of up to 8 units per lot. The area requirements in this district are based on the multifamily dwelling units being built on smaller individual lots and needing to coexist with single-family residences. Only one building will be allowed per lot, and the setbacks will be similar to that of the single-family district. This zone allows medium density developments and should be located where additional requirements for streets, water and fire protection, wastewater, drainage, and adequate open space are met. Multifamily developments are not a buffer between single-family and commercial uses and should be properly buffered from non-residential land uses and traffic, or from pollution and or environmental hazards. 109 letters were mailed out to the surrounding property owners, and a legal notice was published in the Advance News Journal. Staff received no response to the letters or legal notice. Development staff is recommending approval of the request to rezone to medium density multifamily district R3, has a property meets area requirements, have adequate ingress and egress. If approved, the owner must comply with all city ordinance and city departments requirements. This item is scheduled to go before the city commission meeting of April the 15th, 2019 at 4 p.m. And for the record, we do have representation in the audience. We have the owner and the project engineer.
Would the owner like to elaborate on the project at this time?
Good afternoon. My name is Willie Arratia. I'm the project engineer. The owner is here with me. My client bought this property in, we are like a 90% demolishing, removing all the existing building. We applied before for residential single family. Now we want to apply for duplex, and it's going to be private and everything. This subdivision will be private and for duplex now. So that's the new intention.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, this item requires a public hearing. Anyone signed up to speak for it or against it?
No one in the affected area signed up, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you. Let me close the public hearing. Open the item up to board discussion. Questions?
Mr. Chairman, permission to approach staff?
Yeah, go ahead.
What's the minimum frontage required for an R3?
70,
70?
correct, 70.
Are we at 5.2? Did they ask for, maybe it'd be better to get a,
Which lot is that, sir?
I mean, the entrance to the,
Oh, that's the right of way,
That's the street.
correct. But the lots,
That's the
no,
street.
I mean the entrance into the property, is there a minimum?
50 feet for the.
50.
Correct.
Okay,
50.
so we're good.
Yes, sir.
All right. That's the only question I had, Mr. Chairman.
I have a question. Doesn't this property already have a block buffer all the way around it?
Yes, sir.
Already?
Correct. That's correct, sir.
I mean, but it's all the way around already.
It's on the east side, at the entrance, and in the east side, on the north side, chain link fence, we're gonna, sorry. The east side is a block fence, and there's a gap. We're gonna put a block fence. And on the north side is a chain link fence, on the west side is wood fence. But, the entrance is all block. But we wanna put a new fence on the north side, on the west side.
So the whole property being
Yes, sir.
closed in
Everything
a
gonna
block
be fenced, yes, sir.
buffer then?
Yes, it's gonna be a
Okay.
buffer, yes, sir, all around.
Good idea.
And it's gonna be gated and, yeah. Mhm.
Great.
Any further questions? None? Okay, we'll close the board discussion. Open the floor for any motions.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve change of zone 190320.
Second,
I'll second, Mr. Chairman.
Jonathan? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you.
Moving to the plat approvals. Item number 1, applicant R. Gutierrez Engineering Corporation representing Cruz Cortez and Enriqueta Cortez. Owners are requesting final plat approval of the proposed Cortez subdivision. The property is legally described as being a 2.15 acre tract of land out of Lot 125 Kelly Pharr subdivision, Pharr, Hidalgo County, Texas. The property is located within the 300 block of East Eldora Road. The property is currently zoned heavy commercial district HC. The adjacent zones are limited industrial district LI and agricultural open space district AO to the north, agricultural open space district to the east, limited industrial district LI to the south, and general business district C, limited industrial district LI and agricultural open space district AO to the west. The property is designated for industrial use in the land use plan. Property proposed use or record service, variances, none requested. Development Service recommends final plat approval of the proposed Cortez subdivision subject to the following conditions set before you. This item will go before the City Commission meeting on April the 15th, 2019 at 4 p.m.
Okay, thank you. This item does not require a public hearing, so we'll open up the item to board discussion.
Question?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we take this item into executive session.
Okay. Here it is. In accordance with Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code of the Planning and Zoning Commission, hereby gives notice we're going into executive session. Time is 6:21. Next, we may return from executive session. We'll continue with board discussion. Any more discussion?
Mr. Chairman, permission to approach staff?
Go ahead.
Hey, Eddie, number 12 on the fire department, or Pharr Fire Rescue, note says that access road width with a hydrant should be a minimum of 26 feet. Are there any other restrictions that need to pertain to this particular property other than the 26 feet?
All they have to do is pave the entrance as well, pave.
Pave
To
it.
withstand, I believe it's 75,000 pounds.
Okay, and so they've got 30 feet, so that's obviously larger than 26.
Correct. Yes, sir.
Okay, that's all I had, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, no further discussion, board discussion? None? Okay, let me close the board discussion, open up the floor for any motions.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve subdivision 180931.
Second,
I'll second, Mr. Chairman.
Jonathan, okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries.
Moving on to the second item, Urban Infrastructure Group, Inc., representing Valley Cathedral, Inc., a Texas nonprofit corporation owner is requesting final plat approval of the proposed Vanguard Betel subdivision. The property is legally described as being a 19.145 acre tract of land, more or less, being comprised of an 8.86 acre tract of land out of Lot 181 Kelly Pharr subdivision, all of Lot 1 Vanguard Academy subdivision number 8, and all of Lot 1 Templo Betel subdivision, Pharr, Hidalgo County, Texas. The property is located within the 1200 block of east block of Kelly Avenue. The property is currently zoned single-family residential district R1 and office professional district OP. The adjacent zones are single-family residential district R1 and office professional district OP to the south, single-family residential district R1 to the west, high-density multifamily district R4 and single-family residential district R1 to the north, and the Pharr city limits to the east. The property is designated for single-family use and public, semi-public in the land use plan. Property proposed use, institutional use, and also school. Variances, none requested. Development Service recommends final plat approval of the proposed Vanguard Betel subdivision subject to the following conditions set before you. This item will go before City Commission meeting on April the 15th, 2019 at 4 p.m. And for the record, we do have representation in the audience. We do have the project engineer in the audience.
Okay. Would you like, project engineer like to say anything at this time? No? Okay, thank you. This item does not require a public hearing, so we'll open up the item for board discussion. The traffic reports or the traffic studies have been completed on this and everything?
Yes, sir.
And that's one big concern, all the traffic flow, you know? So that is gonna be addressed.
Correct.
Okay. Any other questions? None? Okay, we'll close the board discussion. Open the floor for any motions.
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman, to approve SUB 180931.
Okay,
Second.
Second? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. None, motion carries.
Okay, the last item, applicant Melton and Hunt Inc., representing Carlos Varela, registered agent for Barco for Land LLC, is requesting preliminary plat approval of the proposed Junction View subdivision. The property is legally described as being a tract of land containing 2.61 acres out of lot 149 Kelly Pharr subdivision, Pharr, Eloy County, Texas. The property is located within the 2100 block of North IH 69C. The property is currently zoned General Business District C. The adjacent zones are General Business District C to the north, south, east, and west. The property is designated for commercial use in the land use plan. Property proposed use, retail, variances, non-requested. Development services recommends preliminary plat approval. The proposed Junction View subdivision subject to the following conditions set before you. We have representation in the audience. We have the project engineer in the audience.
Okay. The project engineer care to elaborate on anything?
I'm here if y'all have any questions, but there's nothing in particular that we needed to discuss. Sorry, Kelly Vella with Malden and Head.
Go ahead and state your name and,
Yes, Kelly Vella with Melton and Head. Nothing in particular unless y'all have any specific questions.
none? No, ma'am, thank you very much. Okay. This item does not require a public hearing, so we'll open up the item for board discussion. Questions? None? Okay, we'll close the board discussion, open up the item for any motions.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve subdivision 190307.
Okay,
I'll
second. Jonathan? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Next item is announcements and other business.
Commissioner, due to the absence of the two Planning and Zoning Commissioners, I think it would be best if we just move from the election of officers for tonight and reschedule that for the next meeting.
Okay, thank you. Next item is adjournment. Anybody for adjournment?
move to adjourn, Mr. Chairman.
A second?
I'll second
Second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
that. Aye.
All those opposed, say same sign. No opposition. Motion carries. Thank you.